Hello, fellow YouTubers. This is Blu-ray Maniac here. I'm coming at you today on the Horoscope channel, and for this week, we're doing recommendations. And as far as I'm aware, I don't believe anybody else has picked this movie for their recommendation. And of course, it's all we talk about on this channel is horror films. And I started going through my collection, and there's the usuals that really pop out at you. Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th. Things like that. But I wanted to go with something that's popular, but some people may have never seen it. It's popular, but it's not as mainstream as the rest of the stuff, And I guess I'll just go ahead and tell you what it is. It's Creepshow 2, not the first one. The first one's really good. But if you're into like good old school 80s style horror, as far as the stories and the special effects and makeup and the whole blood and gore thing, if you're into that late 80s, early 90s, or even mid 80s as well, any kind of horror that came out during that time, this is very, very reminiscent of Tales from the Crypt. It contains, I believe, 3 stories. Yeah, you've got Old Chief Woodenhead, The Raft, and The Hitchhiker. And I don't know if you can see it very well, but there on the left, that's the pictures. And basically, it's like an anthology. It's in this case, it's 3 stories, none of which are connected. They're just 3 different spooky horror tales. In their own way, each one is really, really good and unique. And I have to say that I believe, let me see here. Yeah, Tom Savini plays the creep. And anyone who's seen the first Creepshow movie will know who that is. But see the picture of the man right above where it says features, one with his hand sticking out? That's Tom Savini. He plays the creep, and the creep is basically like, I guess you could say he's like the crypt keeper, sort of. He's the one that shows up at the beginning, and he initiates, or he introduces the stories, and then it goes from there. Like I said, this one, Creepshow 2, is much shorter than the first Creepshow. It doesn't have as many stories in it, but nonetheless, it is really good. Old Chief Woodenhead, there's an elderly couple that own this shop, and they live, I guess, on an Indian reservation, and some teenage or they're either late teens or early 20s, but a group of young Indians that are like a gang. They go to the shop and they kill the shop owners and steal their money, the whole deal. But this is where it gets interesting. After they do that, there's a statue, a wooden statue of an Indian chief that's on the porch of their shop. I guess you could call it the porch, right next to the front door. And the statue comes to life, and he has a hatchet, and he also has a knife, and he goes after the guys who killed the store owners. And I'm not going to say much else as far as what all happens after that, but I will tell you that by the end of the movie, the Indian chief statue is back standing in front of the store, only this time it's holding the scalp of one of those Indians in its hand. Really creepy story, really good. And then the raft is about this group of kids that they park on the side of this lake, and they go in and they start swimming, and they find a raft thing, like a barge raft floating on there. So they get on it and they decide they're gonna hang out there and everything. Well, I guess some kind of toxic waste was dumped in the water, and there's some kind of mutant blob monster that's in the water, and they don't know it, and it basically kills them one by one. And you don't notice until the end of the movie of that particular story that there's a sign, on the side of the lake that says, "Do not swim." Of course, they didn't see the sign. So the moral of that story is read the signs. But that's a really good one. And then the last one is called The Hitchhiker. And that's about a woman that she's married, but she's having an affair. Surprise, surprise. It happens a lot these days. But she's having an affair, and after she sleeps with this guy, she decides, she's going to leave and go home, and it's at nighttime. So she gets in the car and starts driving, and she ends up hitting this man, and as far as she can tell, she killed him. He's dead. She really messed him up. She hit him really hard with the car, and all that, and from that point on, this guy that she supposedly killed, he just keeps showing up, and he keeps asking her for a ride. And it's really creepy because he's all messed up. His face is kind of smashed in on one side. He's bleeding everywhere. Kind of like Pet Sematary, that character Pascal from Pet Sematary, kind of like that. But he's dead, but he won't stay dead, and he just keeps popping up at random points throughout this particular story, and just keeps bugging her and terrorizing her. And it's just a really creepy story. But I love all three of the stories. I love Creepshow 2. It's really good. But out of the three stories, I have to say the first one is my favorite. That's the Old Chief Woodenhead story. And if you're, like I said, if you're into, if you like Tales from the Crypt, or you liked the first Creepshow, or you're into I know this isn't a horror film, but movies like Sin City, any kind of show or movie that's kind of like an anthology with several different tales, either connected or not connected, but they show them one after the other. I think if you enjoyed those other examples I gave, you'll really enjoy this. And it's got that late 80s, early 90s horror feel. The same kind of vibe you get from watching the old Tales from the Crypt show. And I really highly recommend it. And if you do pick this up, if you can get your hands on the special Divamax edition, I highly recommend it, because This is a DVD, but it is in HD. Um, it is an old film, so it's not going to look perfect, flawless in HD, but it looks better than the other versions that have been released of this on DVD. And like I said, it's an HD transfer on a DVD, and it looks really good. So anyway, that will do it for this video. I'm sorry this video was kind of long, but I had some stuff to say about that movie. And if you haven't seen it, check it out. Let me know your thoughts on it. And if you have seen it, let me know below. Did you like it? Why or why not? All that good stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks.